Have you ever grabbed a canned food from Walmart without thinking twice? Most of us have. After all, canned foods are cheap, convenient, and can sit in the pantry for months. But here's something most shoppers never realize. Some canned products can become risky long before they ever reach your kitchen. Not because they're expired, but because of hidden damage, manufacturing problems, packaging failures, or ingredients most people never think to check. Today, we're counting down 13 canned foods you should think twice about buying at Walmart, along with simple alternatives that could help protect your family's health while saving you trouble later. Let's get started. Number 1. Dented cans. At first glance, a small dent doesn't seem like a big deal. You're shopping at Walmart. You notice a can of green beans or corn with a slight dent on the side, and because it's inexpensive, you toss it into your cart without another thought. That tiny dent could be hiding a much bigger problem. If the impact is strong enough to weaken the can's seal, bacteria can enter long before the expiration date arrives. The scary part is that contaminated canned food often looks completely normal. No strange smell, no unusual color, nothing that warns you something is wrong. Many shoppers assume Walmart employees remove every damaged can from the shelves. But with thousands of products being stocked every day, minor damage can easily go unnoticed. Before buying any canned food, slowly inspect the entire can. Pay close attention to deep dents near the seams or the bottom edge, since those areas are most likely to compromise the seal. If anything looks questionable, simply grab another can. Saving a few cents is never worth risking your health. For vegetables like green beans, peas, or corn, frozen versions are often a smarter choice. They're easy to inspect, retain more nutrients, and eliminate many of the risks associated with damaged metal cans. Number 2. Damaged carton packaging. Most shoppers pay close attention to metal cans, but almost nobody gives the same attention to cartons. Whether it's chicken broth, vegetable stock, or soup base, a carton can look perfectly fine from the front while hiding a damaged seal in one of the corners. That's where the danger begins. Unlike a dented can, a leaking carton doesn't always leave obvious signs. A tiny split in the fold, a weak factory seal, or slight damage during shipping can allow bacteria to enter long before you ever bring it home. Even worse, the broth inside may still smell normal when you first open it. By the time you notice something is wrong, you've already poured it into your soup, stew, or casserole, and everyone at the dinner table is eating the same contaminated food. Older adults, young children, and anyone with a weakened immune system face an even greater risk of foodborne illness from spoiled liquid products. Before buying any boxed broth or soup, inspect every corner carefully. Check for soft spots, moisture, swelling, or tiny leaks around the folded edges. Give the carton a gentle squeeze. If it feels unusually soft or puffs out, leave it on the shelf. A safer alternative is concentrated broth sold in metal cans, since damage is much easier to spot. Better yet, make homemade broth and freeze it in small containers. It takes a little extra time, but you know exactly what's going into every meal. The few extra minutes you spend checking the packaging could save your family from days of food poisoning. Number 3. Recalled canned beef stew. A can of beef stew feels like the perfect emergency meal. It's quick, filling, inexpensive, and can sit in the pantry for months until you need it. That's exactly why so many families keep several cans on hand. But convenience doesn't always mean safety. Some canned beef stew products have been recalled after concerns over possible botulism contamination. A reminder that even factory-sealed food isn't immune to manufacturing mistakes. What makes this especially unsettling is that contaminated cans don't always show obvious warning signs. The lid may not bulge. The stew may smell perfectly normal. It can even look completely fresh after you heat it. If sterilization during production isn't done correctly, dangerous bacterial spores can survive inside the oxygen-free can and remain there for months without changing the appearance of the food. That's why experts recommend checking recall notices whenever you're using canned products that have been sitting in your pantry for a long time. It only takes a few seconds to verify the product, but it could prevent a serious health emergency. If you enjoy beef stew as a quick meal, consider frozen prepared stews instead. They're stored differently, are easier to monitor throughout the cold chain, and generally have fewer concerns related to long-term canned storage. Another great option is making a large homemade batch, dividing it into freezer-safe containers, and reheating individual portions whenever you need them. It requires a little more preparation up front, but you'll have complete control over the ingredients, freshness, and food safety. And while contamination is certainly alarming, the next canned product hides a completely different danger, one that can trigger a life-threatening reaction after just a single bite. Number 4. Hidden allergens that aren't always obvious. Reading the ingredient label isn't always enough. Most shoppers assume that if an allergen isn't clearly listed, the product must be safe. Unfortunately, that's not always the case. Some canned foods have been recalled after labels failed to properly identify ingredients like soy, an oversight that may seem minor but can become life-threatening for someone with a serious food allergy. For the average shopper, nothing looks unusual. The can is sealed. The expiration date is fine. Everything appears completely normal. But for someone with a soy allergy, just a few bites could trigger hives, swelling, difficulty breathing, or even an emergency allergic reaction within minutes. Many consumers don't realize that certain ingredients can appear under broad terms such as natural flavors or other generic descriptions, making labels more difficult to interpret. That's why relying only on the front of the package isn't always enough when food allergies are involved. If someone in your household has a known allergy, take an extra moment before trying a new canned product. Read the entire ingredient list carefully, look for allergy warnings, and if you're still unsure, check the manufacturer's website or contact them directly before serving it. When possible, choose brands that clearly identify allergens and maintain strict manufacturing standards. They may cost a little more, but the extra peace of mind is well worth it. For families managing food allergies, the safest meal is often the one with the fewest unanswered questions. But labeling mistakes aren't the only hidden risk in the canned food aisle. The next item is a pantry favorite that has appeared in multiple recall notices. And what's most alarming is that you can't see, smell, or taste the danger before it's too late. Number 5. Canned tuna that has appeared in recall notices. Canned tuna is one of the most popular pantry staples in America. It's affordable, packed with protein, and perfect for quick lunches, salads, or emergency meals. Many shoppers buy several cans at a time without giving them a second thought. But that's exactly why this next item deserves your attention. Over the years, certain canned tuna products have appeared in food safety recall notices because of concerns about possible botulism contamination. What makes these cases especially dangerous is that the can often gives you absolutely no warning signs. No swollen lid, no rust, no strange smell, no unusual taste. Everything can seem perfectly normal until symptoms begin hours later. Unlike spoiled food that usually tells you something is wrong, botulinum toxin can't be detected by simply looking at or even smelling the product. That's why food safety experts consistently recommend checking official recall information whenever you purchase canned foods in bulk or store them for long periods. Before opening a can that's been sitting in your pantry for months, take a moment to check the product's lot number against any recent recall announcements. It only takes a minute and could prevent a serious health emergency. If you're looking for a convenient protein source, vacuum-sealed tuna pouches are another option worth considering. Because they're packaged differently, they haven't been associated with recalls as frequently as traditional canned products. Canned salmon is another excellent alternative. While it usually costs a little more, it provides plenty of protein and heart-healthy omega-3 fatty acids, making it a great choice for many families. Sometimes the safest shopping habit isn't avoiding canned food altogether. It's simply staying informed before opening the can. The next item isn't about bacteria at all. Instead, it's about a chemical hidden inside many cans that most shoppers never realize they're consuming every week. Number 6. Canned vegetables with BPA linings. When most people buy canned vegetables, they're thinking about nutrition, not the inside of the can itself. Peas, carrots, green beans, and corn all seem like healthy choices, especially when they're affordable and last for months in the pantry. But there's something many shoppers never notice. Many traditional canned vegetables still use an interior lining made with BPA, a chemical that's designed to keep the metal from reacting with the food inside. According to the source material, BPA has been linked in research to concerns about hormone disruption and long-term health effects. Yet many canned products still use this type of lining. The tricky part? Most cans don't clearly advertise whether they're BPA-free. If the label doesn't specifically mention it, shoppers often have no easy way to know what type of lining is inside. Over months or even years of regularly eating canned vegetables, that repeated exposure is what concerns many health-conscious consumers, especially families with young children or pregnant women. Fortunately, avoiding the issue is simple. Look for brands that clearly state "free" on the packaging whenever possible. Even better, choose frozen vegetables. Frozen peas, corn, carrots, and green beans usually cost only slightly more than canned versions, require no metal lining at all, and often retain excellent flavor and nutrients. For many families, it's a small upgrade that provides extra peace of mind every time dinner is served. But BPA isn't the only hidden concern in the canned food aisle. The next pantry staple contains a completely different problem. It's one of America's most common cooking ingredients, yet its natural acidity can slowly react with the inside of a metal can during long storage, and very few shoppers ever think about it. Number 7. High-acid canned tomatoes. Tomatoes may be one of the healthiest foods in your kitchen, but the can they come in deserves a closer look. Whether it's tomato paste, tomato sauce, or diced tomatoes, these products have one thing in common. They're naturally high in acid. That acidity can slowly react with the metal lining inside the can during long-term storage. When cans spend months sitting in warehouses, delivery trucks, or on store shelves, especially in warm conditions, the acidic tomatoes may gradually increase the amount of tin that leaches from the can lining into the food. The source material warns this can contribute to stomach discomfort and leave a noticeable metallic taste if levels become elevated. Most people would never suspect the can itself. Instead, they assumed they simply ate something that didn't agree with them. The good news is that this is one of the easiest problems to avoid. When buying canned tomatoes, don't automatically grab the first can you see. Take a few extra seconds to check the expiration date and choose one with the longest remaining shelf life whenever possible. Also, inspect the can for dents, rust, or any signs of damage before placing it in your cart. If your family cooks with tomatoes several times a week, glass jars are often the better option. Unlike metal cans, glass doesn't react with acidic foods, no matter how long they're stored. While jarred tomatoes may cost slightly more, many shoppers feel the added safety and quality are worth the small difference. A simple change in packaging could make one of your favorite cooking ingredients an even smarter choice. But tomatoes aren't the biggest nutritional concern hiding in the canned food aisle. The next item is something millions of Americans eat for lunch every week, and a single can can quietly contain far more sodium than most people ever imagine. Number 8. Canned soup, loaded with sodium. A can of soup feels like one of the healthiest convenience meals you can buy. It's warm, filling, inexpensive, and ready in just a few minutes. That's why so many people reach for canned soup when they need a quick lunch or an easy dinner. But here's what most shoppers never stop to calculate. Many canned soups contain more than 900 milligrams of sodium in a single serving, and one can often contain multiple servings. If you finish the entire can, you could easily consume well over half or even more of your recommended daily sodium intake in just one meal. The reason isn't just flavor. Salt is one of the main preservatives that helps canned soup stay shelf-stable for months or even years without refrigeration. For healthy adults, an occasional can may not seem like a big deal. But for people with high blood pressure, heart disease, or those trying to reduce sodium, eating these soups regularly can quietly add up over time. Many people blame fatigue, bloating, or swollen ankles on getting older, when in reality, the excessive sodium in processed foods may be playing a role. Fortunately, there are much better options. Whenever possible, choose soups labeled reduced sodium or no salt added. These versions often contain significantly less sodium while still providing the same convenience. Better yet, cook a large pot of homemade soup once a week and freeze individual portions. Not only will you control exactly how much salt goes into every bowl, but you'll also save money in the long run and enjoy fresher ingredients. Sometimes the healthiest upgrade isn't giving up convenience. It's simply choosing a better version of the same product. But while too much sodium is concerning, the next canned product raises an entirely different issue. It's commonly used in desserts, coffee, and even infant nutrition, yet many shoppers never consider what the packaging itself may contribute. Number 9. Canned condensed milk and infant formula. Condensed milk is a pantry staple in many homes. From homemade desserts to iced coffee and holiday recipes, it's one of those ingredients people buy without giving a second thought. But the product inside the can isn't the only thing worth paying attention to. According to the source material, some canned condensed milk products may use the same type of BPA-lined cans discussed earlier. It also notes that certain canned infant formula products have raised concerns after low levels of lead were detected in some cases, highlighting why packaging and manufacturing standards matter, especially for babies. For infants, even very small amounts of unwanted contaminants can be more concerning because their brains and nervous systems are still developing. The challenge for parents is that packaging often doesn't clearly explain what materials were used inside the can or whether the product has been manufactured using BPA-free linings. That makes choosing the safest option much more difficult than simply reading the nutrition label. If you're shopping for infant formula, consider products packaged in BPA-free containers whenever they're available, and always purchase from reputable brands and trusted retailers. For condensed milk used in baking or coffee, it's worth spending a little extra on brands that provide clearer information about their packaging and quality standards. The difference in price is usually small, but the added confidence can be well worth it. When it comes to feeding babies, or even preparing desserts for your family, knowing more about the packaging is just as important as knowing what's inside the can. But the next item may surprise you even more. It's one of the fastest, easiest dinners you can make in just 2 minutes, yet it's also one of the most heavily processed meals in the entire canned food aisle. Number 10. Highly processed canned meals. Nothing is more convenient than opening a can, heating it for 2 minutes, and calling it dinner. That's exactly why canned chili, ravioli, beef macaroni, and spaghetti with meatballs remain popular choices for busy families. They're inexpensive, filling, and require almost no preparation. But convenience often comes with a hidden trade-off. Many of these all-in-one canned meals are heavily processed and typically contain high amounts of sodium, preservatives, artificial flavorings, stabilizers, and added fats designed to keep the food shelf-stable for months or even years. According to the source material, frequent consumption of these products may contribute to digestive discomfort and increased intake of highly processed ingredients. The first thing many people notice after eating them isn't hunger. It's feeling bloated, sluggish, or unusually thirsty. Over time, regularly relying on these meals instead of fresh home-cooked food can make it much harder to maintain a balanced diet. Another concern is taste. Highly processed meals are often formulated with intense, salty, and savory flavors. As people become accustomed to those flavors, fresh vegetables and homemade meals may start to seem less satisfying by comparison. Fortunately, there's an easy alternative. Spend a little time on the weekend preparing a large batch of homemade pasta, chili, beef stew, or soup. Divide it into individual containers and freeze the portions. When you're busy during the week, you'll have a meal that's just as convenient, but with far fewer preservatives and complete control over the ingredients. A little meal prep today can replace weeks of relying on highly processed canned dinners. But the final 3 items on this list aren't about bacteria or preservatives. Instead, they hide something many shoppers consume every day without realizing it: surprisingly large amounts of added sugar. Number 11. Canned fruit, packed in heavy syrup. Seeing fruit on the label makes a product feel healthy. Peaches, pears, pineapple, fruit cocktail. It all sounds like a smart dessert choice. Many parents even buy these cans instead of candy, believing they're making the healthier decision. But there's one ingredient that often turns this healthy snack into something much less nutritious: the syrup. Many canned fruits are packed in heavy syrup, which contains far more added sugar than most people realize. According to the source material, 1 serving can contain sugar levels comparable to a small soft drink, even though shoppers often think they're simply eating fruit. That's what makes it so deceptive. People rarely feel guilty eating canned fruit because they focus on the fruit itself, not the sugary liquid surrounding it. Over time, regularly consuming fruit packed in heavy syrup can contribute to excess calorie intake, weight gain, and make it harder to manage blood sugar, especially for older adults or anyone already watching their sugar intake. Children can also become accustomed to the extra sweetness, making fresh fruit seem bland by comparison. Fortunately, making a healthier choice is incredibly simple. Instead of buying fruit packed in heavy syrup, look for cans labeled packed in 100% juice or packed in water. These options usually cost only a few cents more, yet they contain significantly less added sugar while still providing the natural sweetness of the fruit itself. Sometimes the healthiest decision isn't avoiding canned fruit altogether, it's simply choosing the right version. But we're not finished yet. The next item looks like ordinary canned vegetables, yet many brands quietly add something you probably never expected to find alongside peas, carrots, or corn. Number 12. Canned vegetables with added sugar and salt. Most people buy canned vegetables because they want to eat healthier. After all, what could be healthier than peas, carrots, corn, or green beans? Unfortunately, the nutrition label sometimes tells a different story. According to the source material, some canned vegetables contain not only added salt for preservation, but also added sugar to improve flavor. The combination creates a product that tastes better, but also increases the amount of sodium and sugar you're consuming without realizing it. That's the hidden problem. You're serving vegetables at dinner, believing you're making the healthiest choice for your family, while extra ingredients are quietly adding calories and sodium that fresh or frozen vegetables simply don't need. Over time, regularly consuming foods with excess added salt and sugar may make it more difficult to follow a heart-healthy diet or reduce overall sugar intake. The solution is surprisingly simple. Before putting a can into your shopping cart, flip it over and read the nutrition facts panel, not just the picture on the front. Look for products labeled "No salt added, no sugar added, low sodium." These versions are often priced very close to the regular varieties but contain far fewer unnecessary ingredients. Even better, choose frozen vegetables whenever possible. Frozen vegetables are typically processed shortly after harvesting, require fewer additives, and often deliver a fresher taste while costing about the same as canned options. A quick glance at the nutrition label can make a much bigger difference than most shoppers realize. And now we've reached the final item on today's countdown. It's one of the most recognizable canned meats in America, a product that's been sitting in pantries for generations, but it may also be the one worth limiting the most. Number 13. Processed canned meat. We've reached the final item on today's list, and it may be the one that surprises the most people. Products like Spam and Vienna sausages have been pantry staples for generations. They're inexpensive, convenient, require no refrigeration until opened, and are often packed for camping trips, emergency food storage, or quick lunches. But convenience doesn't always equal nutrition. According to the source material, these processed canned meats are typically high in sodium, saturated fat, and preservatives, making them one of the least heart-friendly options in the canned food aisle when eaten regularly. The concern isn't eating them once in a while. It's when they become a weekly habit. Regularly consuming highly processed meats may contribute to elevated sodium intake and make it harder to maintain a heart-healthy diet over time, especially for people with high blood pressure or high cholesterol. Many shoppers focus only on the protein content and overlook everything else that's packed into the can. If you're looking for a quick, shelf-stable source of protein, there are better alternatives. Low-sodium canned chicken, reduced sodium tuna, or even frozen cooked chicken can provide plenty of protein while containing fewer preservatives and less sodium than many processed canned meats. At the end of the day, canned foods aren't automatically bad. The smartest shoppers simply know what to look for. Always inspect the packaging before buying. Check for dents, rust, swelling, damaged seals, and expiration dates. Read the nutrition label instead of relying on the picture on the front. And when possible, choose products with lower sodium, no added sugar, and BPA-free packaging. A few extra seconds in the grocery aisle can help you avoid costly mistakes at home. If you found this countdown helpful, let us know in the comments. Which canned food surprised you the most? And if you enjoy practical shopping tips that can save money while helping your family make smarter choices, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next Walmart shopping guide. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.